Hi, it's Mel Rose here, and as part of my Canvas Woman series, today I'm going to look at making some mozzarella cheese. I really like mozzarella cheese and I'm really hoping that I can make it as good as a shop bought product. So to help me make the cheese, the mozzarella cheese, I've bought myself a cheese making kit, and it's an artisan cheese making kit that makes 30 different cheeses including mozzarella. Quite a nice box that it comes in, wood effect. And it says, excited about making your first cheese, all you need for this kit is 4 litres of milk, 1 hour and a kitchen. So let's have a little look and see what is in the box. Okay, so it's got a pamphlet on ready to get started. There is a very nice cheese making book that comes in the box as well. I forgot to mention that it is the Cheese Monkey is the makers of the kit. Yeah, I'm impressed with that. We then have some citric acid, cheese salt, three different baskets, a little teeny tiny spoon, rennet. I think that's what turns the milk into curds and whey, I think. Not sure. Oh, that's great. There's a little thermometer in there as well. That's useful to have to save you having to buy it. And then we have more rennet, paprika, herbs, nigella seeds and mint. So after this I might make some halloumi and mint's really nice. And then there's the gauze that you need for straining it. There's 2 pieces of gauze. I think the next step is to go away and have a proper look at the instructions on what I need and how to make mozzarella. So I'll be back soon. Bye for now. So here I'm mixing up the citric acid with the water and rennet with the water. And I'm now adding what I thought was 4 litres of milk to the pan, but realised I only had enough room in the pan for 2 litres, so I had to split the citric acid solution in half and the rennet solution in half. Here I'm heating the milk as per the instruction in the book to approximately 32 degrees, but I really struggled with the thermometer because the numbers were so small on it. You had to leave the heated milk for 5 minutes and then try and cut it into curds and whey. But you can see here it's very, very sloppy and not really set enough. Here you have to reheat the curds gently so they don't break up. And I think that's what the problem I had was I was starting to mix them too soon, so they all clumped together. You then have to heat it in the microwave, or you can do it over a pan of water, but I thought the microwave would be an easier option. I think that was to about 56 degrees. You're then supposed to fold it and squeeze out the excess whey, and then start stretching it while it was hot until it's shiny. It seems stretchy enough and it seems shiny enough. But when I started putting into the balls, I think it was going too cold too quickly and it went quite rubbery.
So the question was, can I make cheese? And my first cheese I wanted to make was mozzarella, and I was going to see if I could make it as good as the shop bought mozzarella. The one in the middle here is the shop bought one. So it's nice and moist and white. The first one I made was turned out quite hard, quite rubbery. The problem I think I had with that was because the thermometer in the box wasn't overly good. It wasn't very clear. So I then redid another batch, because as it happened, I couldn't fit all of the milk into the saucepan I had anyway. So I had to split it down the middle. And so I did a second batch straight after and learned something pretty much straight away from some of the errors I'd done around the curd, and leaving the curd and whey to do its thing just a little bit longer. And I did find that the second time I did it, it was a lot lighter and a lot more moist. Still quite hard, and I think that's because of the stretching. The issue I have with the book's lovely, it's really good. The kit's great. There's everything that you need is in the kit. The thermometer is not great. I use a digital one, so it's easier to see. The book is good. It's very specific in areas. So if you need to cook to a certain temperature and then take it off the heat immediately, it'll tell you that. But then it kind of lacks in some areas, things like it'll tell you that you need to stretch the mozzarella, but really it doesn't go into any great detail about that. So I think that's why this has turned out so rubbery. It's because I didn't stretch it for long enough. So what I would say is, yes, that's great, but you probably just need to kind of have a little bit of a practice or have a look at some YouTube videos on how to stretch your cheese and things like that. And I have joined some cheese making groups on Facebook to actually start to learn how to do that element of it. So for value of money, I think the best thing that comes in the kit is the book. You do get a lot of things in your kit, but to be fair, most of these things you'll probably have around the house anyway. The thermometer, like I say, I couldn't read it, so I think you probably need to get a digital one for that. What you do get though is you do get a big quantity of things like the salt and the rennet and things like that. So there's plenty in there to continue to do more cheeses. From the fun that I had with it, yes, it was great fun doing it. It was something that you could just continue to play around with and learn as you go along. And there is a number of cheeses. I think there's about 30 cheeses in here. It's definitely something that you can do on a rainy weekend, or you're just wanting something to do, or if you've got children and you want to do something with your children. Definitely worth that. So to answer the question, can this woman make cheese? Well, looking at this example, and I have got a little taster down here. Let's see whether what Roscoe thinks. Are you going to have some of Mummy's cheese and see if you like it? Is that nice cheese? And which one would you prefer, that one or that one? Oh, you don't like the shop bought ones, you know? Do you like Mummy's best? Oh, he doesn't like the shop bought. He likes Mummy's best, so I think that's a big win. However, There's a huge amount of whey, the liquid, left over, and you can make Norwegian cheese. I was going to make halloumi because I had some milk left over, but I had a look and there was a recipe that you could make this Norwegian cheese with the whey that was left over, some cream and some milk. And it said that you had to boil it gently for 3 hours. And I think it took me in a region of about 7 hours to get this milk to get down to, it had to be thick and brown. And so this is the first attempt at it, and I have to say this is possibly one of the nicest cheeses. It's like fudge in a cheese, and it's just absolutely delicious. So I can honestly say, had it not been for that kit, I would never have known about this cheese, and it is to die for. So definitely worth it. And like I say, if you're looking for a nice gift for somebody, it's worth it. But I wouldn't spend more than probably about £30 on it. So I hope that's inspired you to go out and make some for yourself. You don't necessarily have to buy the kit. You can go onto YouTube. I'm pretty sure on Facebook there's lots of pages that will give beginners hints and tips on how to make the cheese. There'll be lots of recipes on your internet browser. So yeah, I just go and have a go. Really simple, really easy, and it's great fun. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you have, and I'll see you again soon.